Hello everyone, welcome to this edition of This Day. It is Monday, March 16th. I'm Michael Taylor. Hope you had a great weekend and hope you're getting ready for your mini one-day weekend for tomorrow, St. Patrick's Day. Big day for some people, like to go out and celebrate. I actually went to a Irish St. Patrick's Day party last Monday. This guy who owns a company, he throws a big St. Patrick's Day party the week before every year on Monday, and went out there, had my once-a-year Guinness. I do like a good Guinness. I'm not a big drinker, but man, a Guinness, that's a good time. All right, enough about my yearnings for alcohol. Let's talk about today's show. It's a good one we got for you. Nothing but laughs today, really. It's Comedy Club. Phil Chait's going to be here. He has one great night of comedy and two great comedians coming to that. He's going to talk about that coming up later this month. And then later in the program, we have Theater Guild. They're going to be here talking about a fun little kind of throw out to a comedy in the world of the Greek mythology. They're going to kind of a send up of all the crazy Greek mythology. So original play written by a member of Laguna Woods Village right here, a resident here. So we're going to talk about that a little later in the program. Right now, though, we want to make sure you're staying informed. And we got a good one, speaking about events and tickets and going to shows and that kind of stuff. Well, the Performing Arts Center has introduced a new online ticketing platform powered by Vivinu. I think I might be saying that right, who knows? Designed to make it easier for residents to explore and purchase tickets for upcoming performances. The updated system includes photos, videos, and expanded event information and allows residents to buy tickets online through the Village Resident Portal. Tickets are emailed after purchase and can be downloaded or added to the digital wallet. The new payment options now include Google Pay online and Apple Pay and American Express at the box office. And you can always do it at the box office too. So residents can also transfer tickets electronically to another resident or guest. So you can buy them for your friends and then send them all out, however you guys like to handle that. Box office remains open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and a 1 hour before performances to assist customers. So new ticketing thing coming to the pack. All right, let's take a look at our weather forecast. If you're not inside the lovely air-conditioned Performing Arts Center today, you might be out in the heat, and it's going to be warm for the next 3 to 4, look, all week, really. 90s today, 92 is going to be our high for the whole week tomorrow on St. Patrick's Day, and then high 80s. So we got this kind of high pressure dome over the southwest area, and it's kind of locked in these hot temperatures for a while. We're not going to have any coastal influence for a while either. So a little bit cool overnight, so you can maybe open up the windows and kick off the air conditioning, but it's going to be warm out there, so make sure you bring water, make sure you wear your sunblock, bring a hat, sunblock, wear a hat. Got my words confused there. Let's take a look at our sunrise, sunset, and look at this beautiful crane. Is that a crane? I guess that might be a crane. I'm not a bird guy. Village, it's an egret. If I just looked ahead, this is why I got to come to rehearsal. Village egret, there you go. Joel Goldstein sent us this picture. Sunrise this morning was 6:59. Sunset tonight is also going to be 6:59 p.m. All right, if you have a picture you'd like to send us, egrets, cranes, or whatever you got, we'd love to see them. Email us, lagunawoodsvillagetv@gmail.com. Make sure you include your name, where you took the picture, and we'll use it in our sunrise, sunset segment. All right, we got one meeting to tell you about. Then when we come back, we'll be talking to Phil Chait and from the Comedy Club. Stay with us.
If you have hearing loss, background noise can steal the moment. At Advanced Ear Care, we're introducing Audibel Aris, a tiny AI-powered device that performs real-time situational analysis, so speech comes through clearer, while noise fades to the background. And here's the best part, our field trial. Wear them where you struggle the most, like restaurants, family gatherings, or the car, and hear the difference. Call us today for your fitting. And remember, tell them Stuart sent you.
Orange County's only PGA Tour event is back. The Hogue Classic tees off at Newport Beach Country Club March 22nd through the 29th. Watch Miguel Angel Jimenez defend his title against PGA Tour legends. Enjoy world-class competition, signature events, and luxury hospitality all week long. Come for the golf and stay for the party. Availability is limited. Buy your tickets now at hogueclassic.com.
Caring Senior Service provides a variety of care services to help seniors age in place. We follow the mantra, when family can't be there, we can. We started our business almost 30 years ago because we realized that seniors in these situations still need loving care. To learn more about how we can help your family, Contact us today.
When we talk about cancer, we talk about how we're going to beat it. We talk about the 100 million lives impacted every year because of City of Hope's discoveries, and our team of more than 1,600 cancer specialists, all dedicated to ending cancer and giving you hope.
Welcome back, everyone. As you can see from the video behind me, or the screen behind me, we're ready for some laughs. It's the Comedy Club. I want to welcome Phil Chait to the program. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
So you had the big, recently you had the big Fritz Coleman show, and as usual, it's a sellout.
Yeah, we had Fritz's. I wish I could have him every month, except people start complaining that they've already heard his act. They sometimes, someone comes almost every year. They say, "I heard his act." They say, "Tell me one joke you remember." And they can't. So, yeah, no, he sold out. We had close to 500 people there, and unfortunately, I turned some away. But that's not every show. But when Fritz is here, that's typically the response.
Right, and if people who don't know him for his comedy might remember him from being on Channel 4 Weather for
he was a weatherman for
decades.
40 years. Yeah, 40 years. And the ironic part is he's not a meteorologist. I can't pronounce that word. he never studied to be that. They just took a guy.
No, he was a comedy guy.
Right,
yeah.
right. And he just read the scripts they gave him. So he had he did nothing new about the weather.
I mean, really, in Southern California, how much do you need to know about weather?
It's sunny or maybe a couple days it
hot.
rains.
There might be some clouds. We don't have the severe weather that they have out in the east and that kind of stuff, or in the Midwest. So they don't. Those were the days when it's like, hey, just have somebody fun and just
But he lasted 40 years doing it. So
he sure
good
did.
For him. Yep.
He's beloved by many, and his comedy act is it pretty clean? Is it pretty?
Oh no, it's very clean. All our comedy acts are clean.
Okay.
There's a few things we tell the comedians. It's just, and I don't have to tell him, he's been here often enough. But it's clean, not political. No, racist. It's very just adult humor, but it's very just very clean.
Yeah, and does he live down here? Or
He lives in Toluca Lake.
He comes all the way down here for the show.
Yeah,
as well.
amazing.
Those comedians, they do the circuit.
But
I guess.
he loves it down here. I mean, he really. He asked me, in fact, if he can come down another time this year.
Okay.
So he really enjoys it coming down here. Yeah.
Well, it's his first love. I'm telling you, he was doing comedy before he was doing weather.
And very rarely, because the other clubs like improv, whatever, they don't have 500 people there. They have 100, 150. So this is also a huge audience, and our audiences are great. They're always very receptive and all that stuff. So comedians love coming down here, which makes my job a lot easier. Because they call me about playing down here, which is great.
That's awesome. Well, how about these? Tell me about Brian Kiley and Dean Larrett.
Well,
they're coming up. You have a next show coming up on the 26th, and these guys are going to both perform there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, Dean Larrett is the opener, and he's a gentleman. I got some people recommended him. I went up to North Hollywood, saw him a few times. So he's pretty funny. He's from New York, so I have a little affinity towards that, being from New York myself. And he's just a very funny guy, and he's a really nice guy, and he's just whatever. And then some of the women like because he's also on Days of Our Lives and some of the other things. So he's appearing not a star, but if he was a star, he wouldn't be doing this comedy right now. But I'm just saying,
star adjacent.
But he's really funny. He's really funny. So he's a good guy. And then Brian was here last year, and if you watched the Oscars last night, he actually wrote the jokes for Conan O'Brien.
Oh, so he's one of the writers.
He's been Conan O'Brien's comedy writer for years. He won 2 Emmys for that. So if you enjoyed the Oscars, the man that did most of the writing is going to be here next week. If you didn't like the Oscars, well, he's still going to be here next week.
He's still going to be here no matter what you liked or not liked.
Yeah, your choice. You want to see him, but he'll still be here one way or the other. But yeah, so we have a really good show. So between the two of them, there should be a lot of laughs. And as we always tell people, it's $10 to get in. We didn't change that. You get coffee, cake, and an hour and a half of laughs. So for $10, it's a pretty good deal.
Pretty good deal. Now, do you, like you said, you went and saw Dean. Do you usually try to go see all the comedians before you
well,
book
if
them?
people send me people I haven't seen like regular on TV and stuff like that, yeah, I do. I like to scout them out and get, because you never know who else you're going to find there, because a lot of the shows have 2, 3, 4 comedians in it. Like Hermosa Beach sometimes has 8 comedians in a night.
Right, on a full night of comedy.
Right, yeah, so I go up there to see if anyone hits, and then typically they all know each other. So I can speak to someone I've had a relationship with. So yeah,
You know this
and we
guy,
get a lot of, as I said, I get a lot of calls about people that wanted to come here and play for us here. So that makes it that much easier.
Yeah, once you get the word out that I'm sure when they come here, they enjoy the venue. They have a great audience, right?
Yeah.
And usually almost sell out most of your shows, and it's just a great fun night for
No,
everybody.
it is. And these guys, and I get to do my opening 10 minutes and stuff, so it's fun for me. And then, then we turn it over to them. But yeah, no, it's been a good show. It's been really enjoyable.
That's terrific. So what have you got coming up on the horizon for Comedy Club stuff?
We have a new guy coming up next month in April named Tommy Dale Valley, who's been doing this for 30, 40 years. He cruise ships every casino around the world,
Okay.
wherever else. And a local friend here recommended him to me, and I watched him, and I said, he's pretty good. So we got him, and then Stephanie Bloom will be the opener, and she's been here a few times already, draws pretty big crowds. She's one of the top female comedians around, so she's the opener for him. So again, it's going to be another really good show. Every show I'm trying to do is 2 comedians, just for the diversity, but also just to make sure we keep the show at an hour and a half, length that we like to do, so people could really feel like they got their money's worth. So, but they've all been good. I mean, we've had very few shows where I can say one or two weren't the greatest I've ever seen, but most of them are really funny.
Yeah.
And as I said, Fritz, sets the tone up there, sets the tone up there for us, and just go from
Yeah,
there.
well, Fritz Coleman, he's always gonna be a crowd pleaser. In terms of the club, do people join and they get
We have no
special
membership.
discounts? I was gonna say, but there's not even have a membership that way I can have discounted tickets, stuff like that. So it's just
Well, you can't get much cheaper than $10. So I mean, yeah, we can't
Make it
because
five, make
we
it
still have to pay the comedians. We still have to pay the comedians. We have to buy the cake and the coffee. So we still have. But yeah, no, we're going to keep it at $10. There's
Yeah.
no membership, whatever. And then we're working now on doing pack shows at the big center, and we're speaking to some bigger names to try to get them in here. So that's going to be, and we're going to keep our monthly show, but we're going to try to also get some really big names to see if we can put them in the pack center. So I'm currently working on that right now.
That'd be great. That'd be terrific. It's kind of exciting. What got you interested in comedy? And you didn't do this growing up, right?
Well, I kind of did.
Oh, did you?
When I was
Okay.
in college, I did some stand-up, but unfortunately, however you want to look at it, back then, it was when Saturday Night Live started, and the people hitting the street like Eddie Murphy and those kind of guys, and I said, I'm not anywhere near those guys. I said, so I could do it for fun, but not for a living. So I went into selling computers instead. But I've always enjoyed telling jokes and all that kind of stuff. And I didn't realize when I took this job as president of the club that was one of my quote duties to do. And it's been great. I've been enjoying it like no tomorrow.
That's terrific.
Great.
How many people do you have help putting these shows together? Are there other people going out and seeing shows?
Yeah, we have a board, but I'm the one that hires and does the other one. We have people, that work, the treasurers and the guy that does the flyers and the publicity and this and that. So yeah, we have a board of about 8 people, and they all do a great job. So it's all teamwork. Everything we do is teamwork.
Do you feel like do you like? Is there something comedians should know before they come to this audience, or do you prep them in terms of like, hey, like you said, no politics, no this kind of things?
But is just tell them they said you're going to get a big crowd. They're very receptive, and but just keep away. Don't do politics, because if you say anything political, you're going to cut the audience in half. No matter, I don't care which side you talk about, you're going to lose half of them. So I said, stay out of that. Stay out of any racist type jokes. Stay away from profanity as much as you can, and for the most part, they follow that.
What's your favorite part about doing this and being in the comedy club?
Well, as I said, I enjoy my involvement in the beginning. Well, and I've met a lot of nice people. I mean, going up to all these shows, I have a lot of these comedians now, are my friends. So it's nice having people like that, and they all have connections. So it's just a really good atmosphere. It's a really upbeat atmosphere when I go to these shows. And it's a lot of fun.
All right, give us one more pitch for Dean and Brian.
Well, next month.
This month.
Next week. Yeah, next Thursday night. Dean Larrett and Brian Kiley. And as I said, Brian was here last year. He's a funny guy. And as I said, Dean is also from New York, a really good guy. So I think you really enjoy that show.
All right, folks. It's coming up Thursday, March 26th. It's going to be at Clubhouse 5. Residents and guests, $10. And you have to be accompanied by a resident if you're bringing guests. Doors and GRF Cash Bar opens at 5:30. Do not bring in your own alcohol. Come on, guys. Follow the rules. If you want to get tickets, make sure you contact the Comedy Club and make sure you do those ahead of time. Yep. Thank you very much, Phil, for joining us today.
Thank you.
We'll be right back with Theater Guild. Stay with us.
At Petwell Clinic, your local fast relief pet care clinic, there's no waiting days for an appointment. Just walk in when your pet needs care. From the moment you arrive, you'll feel our commitment to openness and service excellence. You remain by your pet's side throughout their visit, and all charges are clearly explained, so there are no surprises at checkout. Serving Laguna Woods Village, we are committed to kind and accessible pet care. Petwell Clinic, your most convenient option for quality pet care.
There's a new original comedy musical taking stage here in Laguna Woods. It just made its world premiere in Newport Beach. I want to welcome to the program Debbie Drainer and Lillian Nader. Thank you guys for joining us.
You're welcome.
So
Good to be here.
Lillian, you are the auteur of this play. And so let's hear about what was the inspiration behind this, and you guys were able to play it over in Newport. Tell us about that.
The inspiration was I met someone who had some lyrics, some very clever lyrics, and an idea for a musical, which was Pandora, the story of Pandora.
And it kind of pokes fun at all the Greek mythology, right? It's kind of a farce. It's a takeoff on all those mythical stories, right?
Oh, yeah. Because when I did the research on the myth, I noticed that there were several different versions.
Okay.
And I thought, aha, I can write my own version. Why not? And that's what I did.
Absolutely, yeah. There's some contrasting stories going on there. So, what was your take on it? What did you want to bring to it? Like when you say to yourself, "Okay, I'm going to have poke fun at this." What were you like looking to do? Like, do you have themes that you were saying? I want to poke fun at the mythology and the whatever it might be about that.
My idea was to give Pandora a voice.
Okay.
Because she has a bad reputation. She opened that box. And she's curious, and that's about all people really know about her. And so I wanted to tell her story.
Okay, and then I think I remember when I read that story, gosh, way back when, all these terrible things were released when Pandora opened the box, but then at the end there was hope that was cut. That was the last thing that came out, right? And there was like that hope and salvation. Do you kind of follow that line of that stuff, or do you just go off in your own direction altogether?
Well, there's the first version, you know, when you're a kid, you learn mythology, and the version I was taught didn't have hope in the bottom of the box.
That's why I read the different version.
There was no hope.
I read the different version. Like you said, there was a lot of it.
Right. And I bring hope through Pandora's character and her baby, when she has her baby.
Okay. Well,
What I really like is she made Pandora such a strong woman.
Okay.
Which I love that. It really kind of builds Pandora into sort of the woman of today, but back in Greek mythology time.
That's great because because when you read the story, it's kind of just about her, falling and her misfortune and what she did, but you don't really get into her in terms of who the character she was and everything like that. So you guys had this big debut, world premiere over in Newport. It's sold out?
Yeah, sold out.
Wow.
Sold out. And great reviews. I was just reading, I hadn't read them yet.
The reviews are in.
The reviews are in, it's good.
That's great. I like the sound of that.
Audience reviews.
Audience reviews. And the nice thing is when people come to see it next week, because I know they will, they will also have the chance to give us their feedback.
Okay.
Because that's what this is all about. We want the audience feedback. We want to know, what do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. Now, Debbie, you already kind of booked this. You guys planned this, even before the Newport show, right? You kind of knew you wanted this. What made you and the Theater Guild say, "Hey, we want to give this a shot"? It's a long, full-length play.
It's
a musical.
It's
even going to be an intermission, right?
Yeah, it's a 2-act show with a 15-minute intermission, so it runs about 2 hours 15.
Okay.
But we read the script, and we loved it. And we love musicals. Who doesn't love a good musical, right?
Sure.
This is a good musical, and it's funny. And we thought this is exactly what the people of Laguna Woods want. And it was written by one of our own, right?
You go.
So why wouldn't we want to bring it to Laguna Woods? We just yeah, this has to be here. There wasn't even a question in my mind.
Okay, we've talked it up enough. Actually, I don't think we've mentioned when and where and all that kind of stuff. So it's going to be March 19th over at Clubhouse 5. Doors open at 6, shows at 6:30. Tickets can be purchased at the door, but people can also buy them ahead of time, right?
No.
Oh, no,
Not
only
this
at the
time.
door?
Only at the door.
My goodness.
We're going to have a mad scene, but that's okay. When we did that on purpose because we didn't want the chaos that sometimes happens when you have a lot of people coming in.
Okay.
Because we're expecting a lot of people coming in from outside the woods to come in too. So we just thought, you know what, just tickets at the door, first come, first serve.
Okay.
Bring your food. We're going to have tables set up. You can sit
Okay.
down, have your dinner theater. We're going to have the GRF bar, buy a drink. It'll be great.
Yeah.
It'll be a great fun.
There are people coming from everywhere after the world
Yeah,
premiere.
that's right. People couldn't get in. There was a wait list for that one.
So Lillian, you know, like regular Broadway shows or something like that, they'll kind of listen to the reviews, listen to feedback, and make some tweaks and changes. Is this kind of, I'm sure you've made some tweaks and changes along the way. Is there still more to do with this, or do you feel like this is a lock, this is the play as it is?
Oh, no. The play is in development.
It's never finished.
Well, I might be finished before.
We don't want that. Don't say that.
We won't go there. Thank you. No, I've got miles ahead before I sleep.
There we go.
So
Robert Frost, for everybody who doesn't know.
Yes, I did a workshop with my playwright group, New Voices Playwrights Theater Group, and the workshop is like what we call a table read. So it was read aloud, and then after that, the young man that's doing the music, he and Ash and I got together and we tweaked it according to the feedback we got. And it's not just feedback, it's the experience of hearing it read. And people don't just read it, they act it.
Right, and it's one thing in your head or as you think it out, but it's another thing to see it kind of come to life at a table read or whatever progress it is. And it's like, oh, this isn't working, or this really works, or whatever that might be, right?
And timing, you know, what was the timing right? So we've done that, and then after the Newport show, now we have Karen Ray directing, and we have videos of it. So we watch the videos, and we also see ways to make improvements.
Okay. Now, is going to be a new cast for the other play, or you have to bring the cast over because it's pretty short. It's a pretty short turnaround between the two shows.
It's a short turnaround. Most of the people are the same, except the woman who played Pandora for the Newport show could not do this show because she's doing another show.
So just the lead, only the lead person, only the lead.
We have we have the amazing Robin. And
there we go.
So she's just taken it on and made it her own.
Saving the day.
It's fabulous, and it's interesting to see the two different interpretations of Pandora, and that's also fun for me to watch, just to kind of go, wow, that's really cool.
Okay, so a staged reading. Tell me what a staged reading is as opposed to, I don't know what a staged reading is, but some people don't. So what does that mean when we talk about a staged reading?
So the stage reading is the step after the workshop with the table read.
Okay.
What we did with the musical was we added music.
Okay.
So when you go to a play, you see it on the stage. So we're on the stage, but instead of the actors entering and exiting, they sit in chairs.
Okay.
And their entrance is they come up to a music stand. And they're not off book. They have a script, and they can.
So that's part of that whole development process.
It.
You guys, as you were adjusting and making things happen and making the changes.
Yep, exactly. And what's interesting about the staged reading is, you know, when we're sitting in the back and we're not supposed to be on, we get to hear and see everything, but we can't look like we're paying attention. It's really, really hard because my toes start tapping and I start mouthing the words. Stop! I can't do that. It's really hard because it's so good. But then when we get up and we're on. It's we are acting, we are moving. There's direction we're moving around the stage. So we're not just standing at a stand necessarily. We're standing, we're interacting, we're acting. So it's a lot of fun, and I'm really getting a kick out of the whole thing.
And Lillian, do you know a play's coming together when you're getting into it, as opposed to like that we need to fix that? Is supposed to mean, can you actually enjoy it? Like, okay, I think we're getting somewhere because I'm just enjoying this now. I'm not being interrupted what I think might be right or wrong or need changes.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
I didn't
Listen,
follow
that was not
all
the best
that.
question I've ever asked. I'm going to tell you that right now. So I guess did you get to the point in a play when you're seeing like the stage reading, that kind of thing, where the flow is just there and you're no longer making notes? You're saying, okay, this is pretty good. We've got something here. I don't need to tweak this anymore.
I usually think that.
It's her work.
Every time I've written a play
This
and
thing is-
taken it to workshop.
This thing was precious from day one. There's no
I take
changes
a play to
needed.
workshop and I'm like, oh, they're gonna love it. And they do. However, comma,
However, there's some notes.
you can make it a little better by doing this.
Yeah, and I think that's a thing that I think a lot of people do benefit from. People in the know who are in this industry say, and because sometimes when you're so close to it, it's hard to see where you may have a lull here or you need something here, right?
Yes.
All right. So it's coming again. Let's remind folks when and where
yes,
and everything.
It's next Thursday, March 19th. It's going to be at Clubhouse 5. Tickets are only available at the door. We're going to open the doors at 6 o'clock. The show is going to start at 6:30. So come, enjoy, and have a great time.
All right, Debbie Drennan from the Theater Guild and Auteur, Lillian Nader, thank you guys for joining us today. We look forward to the big premiere coming up, folks. Get those tickets. Get out there. Can't buy the tickets ahead of time. Get out there, go to the show, get in line.
Have some fun.
Should be fun.
Yep.
Thanks
Thank
you guys
you.
for joining us.
Thank you.
You're watching This Day. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Jay Miner with Assisted Living Locators of South Orange County. If you're starting to worry about your safety at home or about a loved one who may be struggling, you don't have to take the next steps alone. I've toured every assisted living and memory care community in our area, and I can help you find the right fit. I'll do the research, make all the phone calls, and set up all the tours. And my services are at no cost to you. Let's make sure that you or your loved one have the care, comfort, and peace of mind that you deserve. Give me a call today.
And we even have an Irish-themed movie for today, for St. Patrick's Day tomorrow. It's Veronica Guerin. It's going to be our movie for Monday. It stars Kate Blanchett. We've got that one brought to us by Harvard Eye Associates. It's going to be at 2 p.m. with the subtitles and 6 p.m. without the subtitles. It's based on the true story of an Irish journalist, Veronica Guerin, a reporter for the Sunday Independent who exposed some of Dublin's most powerful crime barons and drug lords in 1996. Later that year, she was gunned down by assassins hired by the same criminal drug lords that she's exposed. That is going to be our Monday movie. Weather forecast, folks. Guess what? Hot, hot, and hot. That is our forecast in a nutshell. We're going to have up to 90 degrees today, 90 even tomorrow, even warmer, and then high 80s really for the rest of the week. But high pressure is kind of locked in for a little while, so we got some record-breaking attempts here for this week in terms of temperatures for March. Can you believe it? It's March and we're seeing 90s. Should be in the low 70s right now. All right. Tomorrow on the program, we're going to be welcoming Siobhan Foster, CEO update for Village Management Services. That's Siobhan Foster. There you go. There's another Irish person on St. Patrick's Day. Hope you have a great day. Hope you have a great St. Patrick's Day. That's going to do it for this edition of This Day. I'm Michael Taylor. For all of us here at Village Television, we hope you make this day a great one.